for Gizmo Times and you're watching the unboxing and a quick hands-on with the Realme 6 Pro. This is the Realme 6 Pro and yesterday you saw the unboxing and hands-on with the Realme 6. This is the 6 Pro, not the upgrade or successor to the 5 Pro. It's going to be a separate device thanks to what it offers. So you don't have to consider, as usual with Realme, you don't have to consider a phone as a successor to the previous one because things change quite a lot with every generation and it seems like this could have been a different series, but it actually isn't. So the 6 Pro comes with a 90Hz display and it comes with the Qualcomm Snapdragon 720G. So 720G is not very different from the 730G, but that downgrade or this underclocking of the GPU, and there's no other difference, no major difference there. Most of the compatibility is going to be the same. So the Realme 6 Pro is still going to be pretty powerful with that 720G, and along with that there's the quad camera setup. And though it might seem like it's similar to the Realme 6 quad camera setup because of the 64 megapixel primary sensor, the secondary camera here is quite different. It's not only the 64 plus 8 plus 2 plus 2 combination, it's actually a 64 megapixel added by a 12 megapixel telephoto lens. The telephoto lens here offers you 2x optical zoom and up to 20x of hybrid zoom. Along with that, there's the same 4300 mAh battery with a 30-watt VOOC 4.0 flash charge and the in-display dual selfie. So dual selfie, that's another difference, but we'll be doing a separate video about the comparison of the Realme 6 and the 6 Pro to let you know how these two phones differ. In this video, we'll only talk about this phone. Those are the major features. This is the box package. As you can see, even in yesterday's video, the entire theme around Realme's devices is around yellow color right now. So the box package is yellow. Even the internals would be the same, though the phones are thankfully not yellow. You have different color options there, and what you see as the color naming is lightning blue and lightning orange. So we unfortunately there's no orange that was given to us, but orange actually looked much better than the blue here, and blue still is not bad because Realme has been doing quite a good job with the gradient finish on the back of the devices. So here as well it looks good, but orange did look much better than the blue in this case. So in the box package, the first thing that you see is this case, and then you have the information guide and also the quick start guide, and apart from that the SIM ejector tool as well in the box. And apart from that, now this is the phone. So the phone looks a bit different from earlier. Lightning is only because it has this lightning on the back. So you see that it's clearly showing you this gradient, which is again different from what it was in the past. Every other Realme phone has a kind of a different gradient, and I mean the design company has been coming up with different kind of finishes. This one actually looks pretty cool. I mean, if we compare this with the Realme 6 Comet version or the Comet gradient finish, this actually looks a bit better than that. Now, apart from that, it's a similar kind of accessories kit in this one and the Realme 6 box package. You see a USB Type-C cable, which means the phone has the USB Type-C connectivity, and there's the 30-watt VOOC 4.0 flash charge travel adapter, quite a large one, but that large adapter has its purpose. 30 watt can easily charge the phone with 4300 mAh battery from 0 to 100 in around 1 hour. So that's the advantage of the large charger there. And the last accessory here is the SIM ejector tool that comes inside the box package. So these were the box contents. Coming back to the phone, this comes with a glass back. So Realme has now moved on from that plastic back, at least in the Pro series. In the Pro, even earlier we had seen kind of the plastic which looks like glass, but this time this is a proper glass which comes with the Gorilla Glass 5 protection. So the Gorilla Glass 5 is not just on the back but also on the front. On the front it's a 6.6 inch IPS LCD display with the full HD plus resolution. It's 1080 into 2400 pixels of screen resolution and the 90Hz refresh rate, 120Hz touch sampling rate. So touch sampling is quite different. Some of the phones would offer even 240Hz of touch sampling, but the refresh rate is important. 90Hz, the content would be smoother, and some of the games, some of the apps also support that refresh rate. So obviously you would have a better experience there. And it's 720G, the Qualcomm Snapdragon 720G. We already did the benchmarks of this phone. So on N22, this phone is capable of getting a score of about 2,84,000, which is not a bad score at all. So again, in the mid-range you would expect these kind of scores, which is quite common. And the surprising part yesterday was for us the Helio G90 chipset on the Realme 6, but it's the war against MediaTek and Qualcomm. So that war, anyway, it depends on the price range, it depends on the chipset. The Qualcomm Snapdragon 720G might seem a bit inferior to the Helio G90, but it comes with a better manufacturing process, so the battery efficiency also differs there. So we are going to do a particular speed test comparison as well as a drain comparison, the battery drain comparison, to show you on 90 Hz whether the Helio G90T based Realme 6 or the Snapdragon 720G based Realme 6 Pro, which is going to drain the battery faster, because both have the same 4300 mAh battery here. So that would be a separate comparison where we would do the battery drain test there. But otherwise, this phone has quite a good combination. On the back, it's a 64 megapixel primary camera, a 12 megapixel telephoto camera with the 2x optical zoom, 20x hybrid zoom. There's also an 8 megapixel wide angle camera. So because there's an optical camera, Realme hasn't compromised on the wide angle one, it's still present there. And the fourth one is going to be a macro camera. So the four cameras are quite functional in this case. Now moving to the front, unlike what it was on the Realme 6, this time there are two cameras on the front. The one that you see as a primary one is a 16 megapixel camera with the Sony IMX471 sensor. So the 16 megapixel selfie camera supposedly might be giving better selfies there because of the Sony sensor, as well as the ISP from the Snapdragon 720G doing a better job there. But there are also the 105-degree wide angle or ultra wide angle camera, 8 megapixel camera, that's the secondary camera on the front. So that's one other advantage of the Realme 6 Pro over some of the other phones in this price range, where you see a single camera, and this is the punch hole design. Punch hole is where you don't see a notch in the center but towards the side. So this does look good, and we'll show you in the gaming video how it works there and whether it's going to affect the gaming performance or your experience while gaming. But otherwise it looks cool. There's a 16 MP plus 8 MP combination on the front of the phone. So this was the quick unboxing and the design overview, or also the phone's overview, to let you know what the phone offers. Before we end this, there's also the fingerprint sensor towards the side of the phone. So it's not present on the back, it's on the power button itself, just like how it was on the Realme 6. It's going to be the same here as well. And there's also a secondary microphone given here, unlike the absence of that on the Realme 6. So that's it in this video. This was the quick unboxing and a hands-on with the Realme 6 Pro smartphone. I hope you like this video. If you do, share and subscribe to Gizmo Times for more. Thanks for watching, and see you next video.